Welcome back to Phantom Sun. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're not talking about music. We're not doing tier list.
We're not doing cryptids.
We're not doing cryptids, though. That by the time when this comes out, you never even heard of that.
Oh,
but
that's true. This could be coming out before.
um,
Scratch the cryptids.
we
That's
have
a
something
spoiler.
coming out dealing with cryptids a little later. Stay tuned for that. But
It's gonna be
we are
very
doing something
in-depth.
scary. We're reading scary stories today
I'm not gonna
on
lie.
Phantom Sun.
I'm not gonna lie. Phantom Sun. I think this could be our bit.
We do like scary stories.
I love scary shit. I am also, as Drake and Alec both know, I'm a horror addict.
Yes.
I watch them to go to sleep. I watch them when I'm bored by myself. I'll watch them whenever. I watch them in the car sometimes on the way to shows. No, I just like horror movies. If it's discussed, I've yet to find a horror movie that scares me. So if y'all want to send me some my way, we'll watch clips of them on the streams and stuff. You know, just for fun.
Short horror movies on YouTube scare me a lot more than like long form horror movies.
I mean, I watch horror short films like, all the time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucked in the
Like,
head.
what was the one that I watched most? The Face of God, I think it's called.
Oh, that one's crazy.
That one's
That
pretty
one's
fucking
pretty fucking good
cool.
too. Pretty
Yeah.
fucking good. God is coming. God is coming. Have you
That's
seen
from a
that?
video
Yeah, have
game.
you seen that game?
Yeah.
That's. By the way, if you guys haven't seen that video game, you basically kill an animal. I don't know if you've ever seen the whole game. Have you seen the whole game? You
Yeah.
kill an animal, and then that's the purpose. It's like a hunting game. You kill an animal, and it goes, God is coming. God is coming.
You have like 3 minutes.
God is here. God is here. And then
There's
a
like
fucking
timer that pops up. And
the
then,
biblically accurate Gabriel fucking
Yeah.
swoops down and just
eat your ass.
done.
Yeah.
Dead. There's Minecraft.
That's the whole
mods
game,
in
by
it.
the way. There's no way to escape it.
No, this the,
It's
the
just you
game.
die.
The game is just like a weird religious.
It starts out as like a hunting game, and then it fucking says God is coming, and then a timer comes up, and then it scares the fuck out of you.
Yeah, and it's not quiet. It's
It's
not a quiet
definitely not.
game. It goes from silence to
Yeah. But what
If
we're
y'all-
doing today is reading
Yeah.
scary stories. Nick has actually wrote
in the process of
in
writing.
the process of writing like a scary story that he came up with. So he's gonna read you a little bit of that.
I want
and
Drake.
then
I want Drake to give it a.
and then I
rating.
have a Reddit no sleep story that we're gonna read after that.
Before we get into it, I want Drake to give me a rating out of 10.
As far as it is already,
Yeah.
7.5.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know what's going on yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, there's a part where I go into Nazi Germany in the chapter that I didn't have on paper. Dude, I go into like.
Is it more of like a conspiracy scary story? You're doing?
Yeah. It's kind of like gotta. I
You
did-
bet you were inspired by Mother Horse Eyes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
By the
yeah.
way, if you want us to read Mother Horse Eyes,
dude, I will read that. Y'all ain't ready.
it's
for
gonna
my
be so
reading.
long of an episode.
I also have theories on it because I'm a history geek.
Yeah.
I'm a giant history geek, but I'm also like a big conspiracy theory, like science fiction physics guy. Man, y'all would not understand. Mother Horse Eyes. It's got some serious, like, deep cut conspiracy theories in it.
It's
that
good,
just
too.
Rattle, like the Rodrigo Borgia shit with Jesus.
Yeah.
That was the son of the Pope, by the way. I don't know if anyone knew that. Rodrigo Borgia was the son of the Pope, the Borgia that became a Pope, and he was like a giant fucking asshole in Rome. And it's kind of like he's kind of responsible for the modern fall of Rome. But
I love how they would tie like history or biblical shit into like sci-fi because it jumps because it's like past and futures, but the futures
the
didn't
purpose
happen.
is the narrator has a nexus site of
He
all
basically
the-
so the premise is he basically took so much LSD that his mind became warped time wise, so he lives out different timelines.
It's like Doctor Strange in Infinity War, but
Yeah.
like literally because of a drug-induced thing, which is crazy because LSD was kind of made of like a brain unlock
Yeah,
back when it was made. It's kind of used as a torture device more so, but
we're gonna get it. If you want us to read that, just let us know.
dude,
but
if you want to get me into weird historical conspiracy theory Reddits or anything, man, just send me that. Just give me the fucking green light. I'll get bomb that thing. I'll get up in there.
what's this called? Or your working title?
The working title is
Yeah.
No, the shitty title was like The Ones from Beyond.
The Ones from Beyond. That's not terrible.
Yeah, but it was just a rough draft.
But are
one.
you gonna make like an actual title? Or are you gonna make a Reddit title? Because Reddit titles are different.
Oh no, it's gonna be like an actual title.
Okay.
I have a process here.
Reddit titles are
I have
they
a
came from beneath the closet.
no, I have once this is finished, one of somebody is helping me publish it, okay? And it's getting out in the wilderness. Okay, so if y'all like this little sneak peek, let me know so I can get to work on that so y'all can buy Phantom Sun books.
It's not even gonna be him as the author. It's just gonna be by Phantom Sun.
If you guys want books by me on the Phantom Sun merch site, go for it.
It's gonna be clothes and books. What is this, Amazon?
Oh, shit. Anyway. Intro. Wait, let me fix this so I don't look like a homeless man. Maybe I did the character. But anyway. The beginning. The end. The written and the never told. All of these ideas are lined in the perspective. Or is it the bidding of a higher unknown? We are controlled specimens within the boundaries of free will. We're on the path of tomorrow. We're on the path of the past. We're on the path of them. The path of the unknown. Something watches, but what is it? Something slips from behind the curtain. Something dark. Something otherworldly. Something familiar. Something calling us home. History has always been spoken by one point of view. The point of view of one is not the point of view of another. There is so much history that was spoken. There was so much erased. So much hidden. So much that has never happened. The true history of man is locked behind the curtain. Why? Why is the enlightenment locked in the darkness of the unknown?
The page flips are getting me. I'm sorry.
Horrific actions have been committed throughout history. These actions have written the common man's world, the outside world, the world that only knows the path of the present. What happens to the stories hidden? What happens when the world erases itself to hide the horrors of the unknown? The answer is simple. The powers that be, whether it be the victor or the victim, bury the horrors and the truths in a casket of blood and bones. The darkness in the truth is the horror of man. Mankind has written in the blood of the ones before and the ones to be. Enlightenment is the common light thought to be the product of hope, the product of victory, the product of truth. This is ironic because the true enlightenment is built on the foundation of death. The blood and flesh of man build the foundation that we are bred on. War brings prosperity, death brings peace, disaster breeds renewal. At the end of it all, the enlightenment only comes from tragedy. True enlightenment comes from them. That brings us to now. Even though at this point, I have forgotten what now even is. It all has become one amalgamation of sorrow, joy, horror, peace, and the visions of now, before, and what is to be. I have become a beacon of horror. I have been enlightened by the flesh and blood from beyond the curtain. What do they want? Why me? Am I a victim of nature, or am I a victim of what is to be? I've spent years being plagued by the visions of a world only seen in the nightmares of children and people fearful of God. The questions run through my head like an alarm. Why? 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 What do they want? Why me? What is to be? Why?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why? Why? Why?
Well, it's supposed to be like mundane.
I know.
What's the point? And then the beginning of the thing is the year is 1944. We were at the height of the war, but I would be lying if I didn't feel the end coming. We were ordered to infiltrate a Nazi facility in Berlin. Only if I knew the horrors that would be awaiting me on this mission.
Fire. Is that more like a cosmic horror thing, or
It's like a cosmic horror based in like more of a. It's like a kind of like a.
historical cosmic horror?
Yeah.
That's fire.
And it's
honestly.
gonna be good. And I'm a history nerd, so there's
Yeah.
gonna be like some fucking deep. So I'm gonna get into like Nazi experiments, fucking what is it? Like there's like a bunch of like secret society shit. You ain't ready for this, dude. I was cooking it up. I'm about 6 pages deeper than this. Yeah, y'all ain't ready, dude. Margot was shitting herself when she read that thing. I was like,
You're about to be shitting yourself. Like it up in the comments if you like Nick's the start to Nick's story.
If you like
his horror book Book? You can
Eh,
make it a book or
yeah.
more like a
More like a book.
pamphlet. Not a
More
pamphlet,
a-
but
it's more of a book.
short story.
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
I have a lot. No, I had like 200 pages on most
Oh,
of ideas.
shit. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm getting deep with it.
Deep.
I'm getting deep.
Deep. Anyway, we got another Reddit story. We got a Reddit story here. We basically went on r/no sleep and filtered top all time, and then picked the title we liked. So we're reading. My wife has been peeking me. My wife has been peeking at me from around corners and behind furniture, and it's gone from weird to terrifying.
That's such a weird, like.
I don't like people staring at me, one, but peeking from behind stuff is just like unsettling. by
Yeah,
itself.
it's just like it's such a weird way of like putting that though. Also,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Let's see.
It's just it's weird.
My wife Lynn
My
and I. Okay, stop.
Are we gonna have enough time to read this?
We're gonna get through.
2:12,
What time we gotta go?
like 2:40.
Yeah, we're gonna read as much as we can. Trust me, it gets terrifying.
If y'all want the rest of it, we can dedicate like a whole episode.
Yeah.
To it. This is a taste.
This is a taste. My wife Lynn and I have been together for 6 years and married for 11 months. Our entire history together has been very normal, and never once have I noticed anything weird behaviors or red flags. I can't stress enough how out of character this whole thing was for her. Lynn is very kind, intelligent, and thoughtful. She's always been a no-nonsense type of person. Being childish or trying to scare me is not something she normally do. She doesn't even like watching horror movies. When we first started dating, she agreed to watch The Shining with me because she knew how much I love horror. She was so scared she didn't even finish halfway through. Also, halfway through The Shining, does nothing happen?
I've seen The Shining a lot, dude. If like it starts to pick up about halfway, but I wouldn't say you basically missed the whole fucking movie. The whole good part of the movie, you missed it.
She isn't into anything creepy and has never been into pranks. It's just not her cup of tea, and that's fine. But that's what was so strange about this. It's so unlike her. I should also add that she never had any mental health issues as far as I'm aware, and it doesn't run in the family. I know some people are able to hide their mental problems, but in 6 years of being together, I think I'd have seen some sort of sign.
I mean, yeah.
2 months ago, I was in the kitchen making some coffee before work. I was running a bit late that morning and knew I wouldn't be able to make it to Dunkin' Donuts in time for a usual morning fix. I took a sip of my coffee and hurried down the hall towards the front door. When I happened to notice Lynn peeking at me from around the corner ahead of me, I could only see her eyes and a strand of long, dark hair hanging against the wall. The rest of her body was concealed from behind a corner. I nearly spilled my coffee when I saw her. I did burn the shit out of my lips. Imagine seeing that, though. I would already lose my shit. Jeez, Lynn, I said, whipping a few drops of coffee from my pants.
Wait, I'm sorry. Why did you read it like you were in a fucking The Golden Girls? Jeez, Lynn.
Jeez, Lynn.
Jeez.
You scared the shit out of me.
Willikers, Batman.
She immediately popped out of view like a little kid that has been caught. I heard her scurry off towards the living room, and by the time I got to the front door, she was out of sight.
What, like Chucky?
Chucky?
What do you mean by scurry? Give me your best scurry, like your top half.
Ooh.
No,
Just one of these.
Just some of my scurries. Kind of more like a.
It was really
The
weird
flesh.
and just totally out of character for her, like I said. But I also found it kind of funny that she was being more playful and a little less serious. I shouted that I loved her and called her a weirdo. As I shut the door behind me, I heard her laughing. Her behavior was a bit odd, but certainly wasn't something to... What's that word? Is that priest? What is that?
Priest, yes.
To priest over?
call a. You're missing the
To
A.
call, dude, I've told you I'm dyslexic. I missed the whole 2 words. To call a priest over.
2 priest over.
I forgot about it by lunch, and by the time I got home, she was her normal self. I didn't even bring it up.
There's supposed to be a
And neither did she, and life went on. The next incident happened 3 days later. It was around 2 a.m., and I had woken up to get a drink. I was standing in the kitchen, at the kitchen island, jug of OJ in hand, when I felt a strong feeling that I was being watched.
I'd punch somebody. I'd kill him.
For whatever reason, I looked down at the floor and saw my wife's smiling face staring back at me.
Like on the floor? Like she's looking up?
So you know how you have an island?
Yeah.
And you look down to the corner? Yeah.
No.
She was peeking at me from the other side of the island, staring at me with a wide, unblinking eyes and grinning like a Cheshire cat. Cheshire.
It's Cheshire.
But imagine just peeking out and smiling at you from the floor.
You know what's funny is that I've done that to Margot, and she didn't talk to me for like 4
Well, yeah,
hours.
I wouldn't either. Honestly. I screamed, I'll admit it. Not out of irritation, but fear. For some reason, that moment, I was scared. At the sound of my scream, Lynn scuttled backwards out of view.
What do you mean by scuttle?
Like this. Okay.
Like The Exorcist?
Like this
A
was
crab
like she
walk?
was hiding behind the alley and she went.
Yeah. Like crab? Like a crab?
Oh, wait, where was I? Fuck. I lost it.
It's right there at the sound of. It's right here, you fucking.
At the
idiot.
sound of scream, Lynn scuttled backwards out of view, her hands and feet smacking the tile floor as she hurried out of the kitchen on all fours. No, fuck no. I would be like, I'm going, bye. I can't handle that.
I'd give up.
I'd run after. I didn't run after her or even yell at her. I just stood there frozen in shock, wondering what the fuck had possessed her to do that.
Also, the athletic ability to even
To run in all fours like
do
that?
that. and crab
The
walk?
speed? I just imagine the speed. If it's anything more than normal speed on all fours,
That's impressive.
I'm
And
going to
terrifying.
my parents' house. Bye. You can figure that out yourself. It took a little bit longer than I'd like to admit to go back upstairs, but I eventually did. When I got to our bedroom, Lynn was lying on her side asleep, or at least pretending to be. I stood there for a while watching her breathing to make sure she was really asleep. I had the feeling she might jump out at me in a moment I got into bed, but she didn't. I climbed into bed, and she didn't even move. Her breathing was soft and deep, and I was starting to wonder if I had dreamt the whole thing. The next morning, I waited for her to come down for coffee. After handing her a mug and kissing her on the cheek, I decided to ask her about it. What was that about last night? I asked, keeping my tone light so to not offend her or embarrass her. She frowned over a cup of coffee, shaking her head like she had no clue what I was referring to. You peeking at me again? From over there, I said, pointing at the spot on the floor in the kitchen island. She followed my gaze, and when she looked back at me, she burst out laughing. She laughed so hard that I couldn't help but join her. You creep me the fuck out sometimes, you know that, I said. She giggled at her cup on the counter and wrapped her arms around my neck. You creep me out a lot, all the time. So I guess we're even, she teased. We said our goodbyes and left for work. As I drove, I kept thinking about how creepy it had been seeing her grinning at me from behind the island like that. The sounds her hands made on the floor as she crawled away. I told myself I was trying to be silly. She was trying to join me in my love of all things horror. It's not like I was afraid of her, but it still didn't sit right with me. I started seeing her peeking more and more. Sometimes she'd be peeking from behind the couch, from the living room curtains. She'd even managed to get inside her grandma's old trunk that sits at the foot of our bed.
She got in it?
She got in it.
Oh.
It might not have even known she was there had the trunk's old hinges not given her away. She had the lip propped open just enough so that only half her face peeked through. She'd been grinning like an excited toddler. It was unnerving. I didn't even know what to say to her. All I could do was stare. When I finally found my voice, I asked her why on earth was she doing this. She didn't answer, but she had slowly closed the lid, shutting herself inside the trunk. I just walked away feeling disturbed. We would have to fight at that point.
Yeah.
If you're in a trunk,
Like
lights off in a trunk, peeking from the trunk, we would have to have a conversation then and there. Like, there's no way.
Also, sorry if it looks like I wasn't paying attention to Drake. A fucking trailer for the new Stephen King movie popped up.
Oh, The Long Walk? It's
That's-
supposed to be really good.
Yeah, well, it's Stephen King.
Yeah.
I imagine. Most Stephen King's good. Even the shit movies are better than most horror movies.
I didn't understand why she was doing it, but it clearly made her happy. I just hoped she would tire of the game quickly. Lynn didn't peek at me for the next 2 weeks. I started to think she was done with her weird prank, and I was relieved. But when we were watching a show on Netflix one night, I jokingly said that I hadn't seen her peeking at me lately, and then she must have given up her spy game. She looked at me with a small smile and said, "Maybe I've just gotten better at it." I didn't say anything, but I wondered whether if or not she was joking. For the next few days, I couldn't stop thinking of what she said. She was still peeking at me when I wasn't looking, and I just hadn't noticed. And if so, what the hell was she getting out of all this? I started to feel paranoid, constantly checking whether she was watching me from around the corner and behind the door. I was jumpy whenever I was home, and she wasn't in full view of me. I felt stupid and a little crazy. But after a next few weeks without any incident, I began to relax. I stopped checking behind furniture and walls, and I told myself it was a bad memory. Then a few days ago, it got much worse. You can start reading.
I'm going to read the last little segment, and if y'all want more, like it up, comment, say that you want more. I mean, it's just... Walla babaloo. Anyway. But after a few weeks without another incident, I began to relax.
I just read that, but
Did you? Yeah. Oh. I started right here. You said for the next few days.
yeah, Lynn. It starts at Lynn.
Oh.
Yes, I stopped at this. You started reading this.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Around 9 p.m., I hopped in the shower and I was washing the soap from my hair. Also, that's already demon time.
That's demon time.
That's demon time, dude. If you have...
Nobody messes with me in the shower.
No, it's not that. I meant like... Yeah, like... for me, sometimes... This is just because it's me, man. It's not... Sometimes when I close my eyes, I start hearing stuff in my head when I'm taking a shower. And that's just, that might be just onset schizophrenia.
Yeah.
But, yeah, sometimes when I close my eyes too long, I start hearing things. And I'm like, yep. And then I have to like... Anyway, around 9 p.m. I hopped in the shower, and as I was washing the soap from my hair, I felt that awful feeling that I was being watched. I slowly opened my eyes and almost had a fucking heart attack. Lynn was peeking from behind the shower curtain, her entire head stretched into the shower, leaving just her body outside. Her long, dark hair hung against the curtain, the ends dripping with water. Her mouth hung open in a terrible grin, eyes wide and red, as if she hasn't blinked in a while. I screamed and jumped back against the wall. She didn't even move, nor did her smile waver. Her makeup ran down her cheeks in 2 black streaks. She looked giddy and completely deranged. I was fucking terrified. Stood like that for a few moments, neither of us saying a word. Finally, after what felt like forever, she slowly peeled her head back. Peeled her head back. Peeled would have
Just
been
fucking...
worse.
One of these, just like...
Yeah, pulled her head back out of the shower, and I watched her blurry figure through the curtain as she moved backwards through the bathroom door. A second later, the bathroom door slammed shut hard enough to rattle the mirror. I screamed again and jumped out of the shower to lock the door. I stayed inside the bathroom for over an hour. Maybe I overreacted to some of you, but joke or not, I wasn't going to put up with that crazy shit anymore. Man, you go King. I wouldn't either. Also, if I ever say King unironically, kill me. That's what I kept telling myself as I paced in the bathroom, stopping to listen at the door every few minutes. Suddenly, I heard a muffled sound, and I pressed my ear against the bathroom door, straining to listen. I couldn't hear anything, but I envisioned Lynn standing on the other side of the door, giggling at her joke. I felt a surge of anger. I was beyond pissed at being made feel scared of my own house and made to hide in the bathroom for an hour. All for what? Some joke? As if it was a joke or if it was a joke, it was an awful one. What the fuck, Lynn? I snapped as I Chris Browned her in the living room.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Just kidding. This shit is getting really fucking annoying. I waited for her to apologize or to call me a jerk, but instead I heard a faint moan. Oh. So quiet I wondered if I heard it all. Then a complete silence. Lynn, I called out, not able to even hide the shakiness in my voice. I got no response but just my own heavy breathing. I swear to God, I just fucking stop it, I yelled, pounding my fist on the door. I waited for her to cuss me out, something I would expect from me talking to her like that. I never screamed at her before, but there was nothing, just the occasional drip from the shower head.
All the sound effects.
I won't deny that I was scared, too afraid to open the damn door and face my own wife. I waited another 30 minutes or so, which feels like a fucking lifetime when you're this scared. Finally, I decided I was going to spend the night hiding in my bathroom, so I got down on my knees and peered under the door. I almost expected to see her face peeking back at me, but thankfully I didn't.
If you saw that, you'd lose your fucking ass.
I'd open the door and kick her head in. I could see straight down the hallway at the top of the stairs, but no Lynn. I didn't know if I should be happy or about that or not. I looked for a few minutes, waiting to see her head pop up over the top step, but it never came. I stood up, my hand hovering over the door, and mentally prepared myself to open it. I slowly turned the lock with shaky fingers and was about to yank it open, and I heard a sound that still makes me feel nauseous when I think about it. A moan, louder than before. Whoa. But this time, I was about to tell just where it was coming from. I turned my head to the closet door as if in slow motion, locked eyes with my wife, who was peeking at me from a slight gap. Wait, in the closet door? I thought he was in the bathroom.
He opened the bathroom door to the hallway, and he was looking up the stairs and couldn't see anything. And he heard the moan from the closet. He turned to the closet, and she was peeking at him from the closet door in the hallway.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Her eyes were still as wide as ever, and her mouth was hanging open in the most grotesque gaping smile I've ever seen. I didn't even scream. I was too scared for even that. Her hands were clasped to her chest, body trembling with sheer delight. As if she could barely contain her excitement, a short raspy moan bottled up from her throat. Oh, pretty good impression then. Didn't even read that part. Deep and raw.
Deep and raw.
Sending a shiver through my asshole. Through my entire body. Somehow I found the ability to pull the bathroom door open. Braver man than me. And ran as fast as I could all the way down the steps, snagging my keys and phone from the table in the living room before running outside to my car. I could hear her shrill laughter behind me, but I didn't hear her getting closer. I didn't bother shutting the front door. I drove away from the house faster than I legally should have, shivering the entire time, either from the fear of the cold, maybe a little bit of both. I hadn't grabbed a coat or even a pair of shoes. I was still in my boxers and my hair was still damp. I drove straight to my brother Chris's house about 40 minutes away, ignoring any and every call and text I got. I didn't check my phone until I was safely parked in my brother's driveway. Lynn had called 4 times and sent a flurry of texts, all wondering where I'd gone and why I left like that. Bitch.
And that's where we're going to end it.
Wait, no, let me stop the thing.
Okay.
I threw my phone at the dash and raged, furious at her nonchalant attitude. My brother and his wife were surprised to see me, especially dressed in a pair of boxers, but told me to stay as long as I needed. Chris lent me some clothes and asked what happened. I told him Lynn and I had a fight, but didn't get into detail. I didn't want him to think I was overreacting, leaving my wife over a prank, even if it was a strange one. I mean, I hadn't encouraged her for years. Hadn't I encouraged her for years? That's a weird corner. For years to lighten up instead of being so serious all the time. I had wanted her to relax and loosen up. But I was talking about her asshole, but definitely not what I had this in mind.
Unsettling, I would have to say. Insane.
God damn, there's so much.
Yeah, this is a long fucking story. Thank you for watching.
This
Scary story episode of Phantom Sun Talks. Phantom Talks.
Phantom Reads.
Phantom Reads. Go like and subscribe. If you want us to do more of this kind of thing, let us know in the comments.
We might do it even if you don't like it.
Because this is fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
It adds to the character.
And we're gonna find like more like deeper stories.
I might write some
You might
that's
write
not
some.
connected to my thing. Might write a couple of them. Read y'all to sleep. Put us on in
I'm
the
gonna find some
background.
deep cut Reddit stories that we can read.
I'm gonna find some gross shit on the internet and just read it to you.
Anyway, thank you for watching. Go like, subscribe. Go follow us on Instagram, and we see you in the next one. Give them a good moan. To
Oh.
leave 'em out.
I'm a subject to play the below.